So for the four that's on right now, because we're trying to get everything together, if you guys can, please make sure that you share these live coverages that we bring to you. Now, what we want you to do is, if you can, you press the share button, send it to your Facebook page. We haven't used this in a while, so give me a second. It just would happen that my other phone is dead. But anyway, what I'll do, I'll just make sure that I share this after we have concluded with this. Now, of course, if you guys are just joining, if you didn't hear what was going on our Facebook page, guys, we are going to be primarily now reporting from our YouTube page. The reason why we are doing this is because YouTube is a platform. Peace and blessings, Miss Riddick. Haven't seen you in a while. Well, I haven't heard from you in a while, but glad you're here. Now, we do have a new Facebook page. If you guys weren't aware, I know a lot of individuals that was following Soul Catching News when we first started and things of that nature. Our first page got hacked, so we had to create a whole nother page, guys, and that page is growing right now as we speak. It doesn't have the numbers that it had on our original page, but of course, just like it took time to grow the original page, it's going to take time to grow that one as well. The same way with this one. This particular page right here, this YouTube channel that you guys are following right now, is going to be our direct hub when it comes to making sure that we can get information out. Now, will we still be using our Facebook page? Of course. We believe that our YouTube and our Facebook page, our Instagram, our TikTok, all of this stuff goes hand in hand. But because we have been slowly striving to get things together, we have to patch things as we can get it. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about putting thank yous and things in order to individuals that, have followed Soul Catching News, have supported us in any type of way, whether that be through financial means, whether that be through sharing our post, calling, checking on us, things of that nature. But I also want to thank the individuals, just being honest with you, the individuals that don't care too much for Soul Catching News, because we hear that a lot as well, right? And I got to, say we knew that individuals, a lot of individuals was going to respect what it was that we bought here when it comes to a news outlet. And we also knew that individuals was not going to be too caring when it comes to that. We have a lot of individuals that we've had to continuously have opposition against. It doesn't matter whatever it is that was going on in their minds and things of that nature. They felt as if Soul Catching News was disrespecting them in any type of form, or whatever the case may be. We've had to deal with individuals like that. Okay. Same thing with the individuals now that follow Soul Catching News. If you guys are paying attention, if you were on our very first page, then you know that this particular page on Facebook now that we have operating is a little bit more diverse. It has a lot more individuals around the spectrum that is tuning in to Soul Catching News. And we realize too, because we're being real about this, we do realize that this in certain communities rub those certain communities the wrong way. uh, we've never ever lied about anything. So If I need to put it in perspective, I will. When it comes to certain things, when we first started operating and things of that nature, if it was us having to go against the police in a manner that they may have been doing things unjustly and things, we had a lot of people in the community that was backing that. They was all for that. The whole nine. Anytime that we had to go against judges, lawyers, anybody that was doing unruly things, and they had an elite position or whatever the case may be, a top position. Individuals that would normally reside in our community and things of that nature, they was all for that. When it came down to possibly being arrested and even being arrested and things of that nature, there was a lot of community support when it comes to that. There was a lot of community support when it came to, us going and trying to get answers and things that you knew that you may not be able to get. There was a lot of community support when Soul Catching News first started, because Soul Catching News, according to these individuals, was being biased in a way. And I got to be real about that, because, and I'm talking about my same skin folk when I talk about that in that way, right? Some of us thought that we should just be reporting on certain avenues and certain things and not all things. And to me, that just isn't a real news outlet. That is not a news outlet at all. Some individuals decided that because we had to get into covering shootings, overdoses, all of these things that was going on in schools, fights, whatever the case may be. A lot of individuals thought that we have, I guess, so to speak, gave up our black card or whatever it is that you want to call it, right? We have individuals to this day talking about Soul Catching News because of what we bring out. I think the latest thing that I've heard was, I guess individuals don't respect. They talk about us now in the barbershops now, apparently, right? So we got individuals in the barbershops, probably beauty shops, and all of this stuff. They want to talk about us, and all of these things right here. And to be honest with you, I gotta shout you guys out. I really appreciate you guys talking about us, whether that be in the negative form or the righteous form or whatever the case may be. Your talking about us is not gonna stop the mission at hand that was placed before us, right? Elizabeth City, North Carolina is a predominantly small city compared to other cities and things of that nature. We are very small, right, in the complexity of a city, right? But yet, Elizabeth City is so close to Virginia and things of that nature, that Elizabeth City is starting to get implemented into a lot of things when it comes to bringing forth things here to get Elizabeth City moving a little bit quicker. Right now, we are in talks so that we can get an interview going with the individuals that would be bringing you these new internet speeds and things of that nature that would dub Elizabeth City one of the gigabyte cities, or gigabit cities. So this city will be eventually full of high speed internet, free hookups everywhere in the city, where you'll be able to have access to free internet. And then you'll have a choice with these companies that are coming in and things of that nature to also purchase, this affordable internet and things that they are striving to bring here. You'll be able to purchase this, and it won't feel as if it's a nuisance to you when you're paying these bills. At least this is what we're hearing from these individuals, right? So it's always a great thing when we can go out and, report on things, to let you guys in the city know what's going on. Now, do we just report on Elizabeth City? Of course not. Uh, but once more, guys, it's not about, the respect when it comes to, the individual, so to speak, that's not going to be paying attention to what it is we're putting out. We're putting it out for the individuals that are going to be paying attention, that realizes that the work that is being put in right now is very much so hard work. If you guys could call and get a lot of these things done, Soul Catching News just wouldn't have the business that we have right now. There's things that's going on right now in our city and in these surrounding cities, everywhere around the world right now, that is being overlooked because individuals are not pushing back. They're not asking questions. They're not asking these individuals to give them clarity when it comes to a lot of these issues and things. And this leads to you being in the dark more. Now, of course, we have to deal with individuals that live in a life of stupidity. And it's not my fault that, the life of stupidity that these individuals live in is going to cost them bigger than, a lot of things, right? We have to put things in perspective. We have individuals that would rather backbite, talk crap, introduce rumors that's not true and things of that nature when it comes to us. I even heard somebody say, "Yeah, he's a talker, or whatever," but it's apparent that individuals that would even say this, right? It's obvious that I'm also an individual that not only talk, but I back my actions up with that talking if need be. And what I mean by that is we can have conversations as grown people, right? We've had instances where we have had to report downtown and things of that nature where it may have been dealing with malice when it comes to messing with children inappropriately and things. We've had to defend ourselves because us doing a job or whatever rubbed individuals the wrong way. Yes, my wife got spit on. Uh, you know, I want to talk about that a little bit as well too, since individuals feel like we could be the barbershop talk, right? You go to the barbershop, you get your hair cut, next thing you know, Soul Catching News is on the menu. So that's cool, right? Uh, but when you talk about Soul Catching News, do you talk about the things that Soul Catching News does when he's not in front of the camera? Do you talk about the things that Soul Catching News does when he's on the camera? Do you talk about the works and things when it comes to making sure that a lot of these issues and stuff get handled and solved and looked at? Are you guys doing that? Or are you guys sitting around talking, twiddling your thumbs, saying whatever it is that you want to say, right? But you really are not doing anything of substance, right? We're talking about individuals that you can have your respective place of business where you work at and things of that nature. But what happens when that place of business closes? Are you still a beacon of hope out here in the city? Uh, we are still going to be the same individuals when this camera comes. We're going to be the same individuals that are going to be working hard for other individuals that we may not know, but because of that caring nature and because of what we bring, we are going to do our due diligence to help those individuals. This is the job of a real, true news outlet. Now, if we wanted to, we could have gauged the community. We could have asked the community, what was your thoughts, right, in bringing a news outlet here before we bought it here, but we didn't do that. We are a part of this community and we seen what was lacking here. Therefore, we took our money and made sure that we can implement something here to at least counterbalance what is going on right now when it comes to you not being in the loop what's going on in your city. Is it our fault that some individuals rather be unruly in their ways of thinking and their ways of lives and all of these things right here? No, that's not our fault. I'm not gonna take responsibility for these individuals that smile in your face, hey, Soul Catching News, how you doing? But then talk crap behind your back, right? I'm not worried about individuals that don't truly respect what it is that we do out here because these are the same individuals that will be tuning in to Soul Catching News once more. How would you know what was going on with Soul Catching News if you weren't in tune? Right? Right? So it really, also, I would like to thank the individuals that, y'all be talking up for us. We hear this all the time, right? And I can't thank you enough because, we try to treat everybody like family. And we look at everybody as if they are our family. This is not easy work. Going out here reporting and things of that nature, especially when you have opposition coming up in any and every corner. And you do have those select few that reach out and they help when they can and things of that nature. So it makes it so much more easier to bear a lot of this burden that Soul Catching News has had to bear. Because people are not taking into consideration the things that we have been up against. Once more, my wife got spit on. We've had to fight and things of that nature. We've had individuals come, they want to talk all that crap and things of that nature. Where, his wife got spit on. He didn't do this, he didn't do that. Uh, this, that, and the third. Listen, we keep trying to tell you guys what the equation was with that. If it was a direct attack, it would have been handled a little bit different. The same way that we have had to handle things when they was directly brought to us. We've had to do that. But we're also not in the, and I want to be clear about that too, because some people could try to put a battery in your back, right? And these people, all you can do is truly pray for these type of people, right? Because these are the individuals that are spineless cowards. These are the individuals that look for you to crash. They want you to throw your life, everything that you've worked for, away, so they can sit back and have something to laugh about and things of that nature. We got individuals that get mad because I'd rather tell you guys how better you are if you stayed out of trouble and things of that nature and found your way. We got individuals that get mad because we rather tell you to raise your children so that your children are not being raised by the system that already don't care about them. We got individuals that are mad because we have to report on shootings and things that's being done in our communities and things of that nature. And they are mad because it's a black man. Once more, according to you guys, because I like to go by copper tone, right? I don't believe I'm black. I think I'm brown. I look a little brownish. I don't know if my eyes are going. I think my beard is black a little bit with the white specks and things, but my skin color, my skin tone has always been brown. But anyway, you won't even an African American. Some of you guys don't even realize you won't even an African American until the early '80s. Anyway, but it just goes to show you what it is that you have to deal with, and if you stay focused, what it is that you get at the end of you being focused. If we went and just decided to quit soul catching news because individuals feel these type of ways about us, we would look at the people that do follow soul catching news to come and get your information and things of that nature. We would look at that as being so sorry to you guys. That is not what it is that we bought the news outlet here for. We bought the news outlet here because there was opposition already going on in the town. So new opposition and things of that nature doesn't make this go away. It makes us look at individuals in a different light. Here it is, a news outlet that doesn't ask you guys for anything other than the support and make sure that we can continuously report to you guys. And then you got other individuals that we've gone and highlighted your restaurant, gone highlighted whatever it is that you had going on, and some of you guys just don't even take that into consideration, and that's fine, right? Because we're doing it from the kindness of our hearts. We wake up every day to the beat of a drum that a lot of individuals don't even get to see. It will never manifest in front of them because they rather live their lives as unruly creatures. Now, if you guys are upset because of what it is that I'm saying, then be upset with yourselves because these are the characteristics that's being thrown out here, right? When wolves sit amongst themselves and talk about the dinner at hand, right? The hunt and things of that nature. Do you realize what it is that you guys are saying? Do you realize what it is that you guys are propagating when you go against a news outlet that's making sure that your children may be okay when officials at your schools and things of that nature don't want to give you the information that you deserve to have? Do you guys think that it's relevant for you to bring up all of these things that you got against soul catching news, which really isn't? It doesn't hold any water at all. What is it that you guys can actually say that we've done that's been a detriment here to the city, especially when we come from a detriment state? We seen in 2021 exactly what it is that this city can go through, and yet everybody was behind Soul Catching News once we got started because it was the narrative that you thought. It was the narrative that you wanted to fit your lives. You wanted us to be unruly creatures, just like a lot of individuals here, unfortunately, live an unruly life. Now, can you come back from that? Sure, you can. You listening and you talking, right? You interacting with an individual that was a unruly creature at one point in time. Just was. I did not know what it was to live a healthy life. I didn't know what that was. It was move, 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 right? Not really looking forward to what consequences and things will be from that movement, okay? And now that we have a chance to be able to give back to the community and be a part of the community in a positive force, well, we're gonna do that, and we don't care about your barbershop talk. We don't care about your beauty shop talk. Won't care about wherever you get at and mingle when you talk about soul catching news. What we care about is that after you get done with all your gripes and complaints when it comes to us, make sure that you tell the absolute truth when it comes to it. Though. You'll be in the dark right now if it wasn't for us. We're talking about with your daily newspaper here and all of that stuff. You'll be in the dark right now, right? Of course, you'll hear things about, uh, businesses popping up and all of these things, right? You'll hear things about that, but you wouldn't hear about the accidents and things that you may be going on this same road and it may hinder your progress of getting where you need to be, right? You wouldn't hear about an accident where your loved ones may be involved in this accident and you need to know the conditions on what's going on with your loved ones. Matter of fact, you wouldn't know anything at all. You know why? Some of you guys just chose not to. You choose not to now. And then when you do learn and you know, get this in your brain that you guys, okay, you're getting this information. It's infiltrating to you, right? It's filtering to you right now. Information. Some of you guys, because, and it's just as petty as this. Because you didn't think of an idea, because you didn't put your money. This was money, right? This wasn't us just saying this is our First Amendment right. We can do whatever. I mean, we can, but we actually went and did what we had to do to legitimize this news outlet. So we're not going to be apologizing to anybody, right? For what it is that we did. We felt that this was a great thing to do. We're not going to be making any apologies to anybody at all that feels that, Soul Catching News is not, the news outlet that they thought it would be. We're not going to apologize to you because we are caring people and we chose to do a news outlet the way that news should be done in its raw form. News shouldn't be done to where everybody gets their plans and things together and then we just go ahead and put this news out. That's not how news is supposed to be done. When somebody gets shot or there's an emergency or, any of these things right here, you're going to want to know what's going on in the beginning. When somebody gets lost, they say the first 48 hours is the first crucial hours that you can think of, and yet you have individuals that would rather get it 3 or 4 or 6 days after, right? These instances are going on, which is crazy. It is really crazy. You guys have seen us go out live, report on things that your eyes can't deceive or tell you that it's not true when you're looking at it, right? But we've had to update and report to you guys, 3, 4, 5, sometimes a week later because, these press releases aren't being released by officials that's supposed to be giving them to you. It's public knowledge, it's public information. The reason why there's no real big pushback when it comes to that is because we're the only ones that's pushing back against these individuals that will hold this type of information against you. Now, the Daily Advance, just like a couple of these other news outlets, guys, when Andrew Brown got murdered here in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and they pushed for those tapes to be released. As a matter of fact, I can go on record to tell you guys right now that the Daily Advance and these other news outlets and things of that nature are still pushing for those videos to be released. They're still pushing to wonder why those videos weren't released. They are, Yes, we know it's going on the third year here soon that Andrew Brown was killed, but we are telling you guys right now exactly what it is that's going on. You know, nobody asked for Andrew Brown. Nobody asked for April the 21st, 2021 to be the way that it was here in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, especially with all of these other shootings that was going on dealing with law enforcement. Nobody asked for that, but it happened. It happened. And it also showed you the corruption that was going on when this took place in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. It showed you that when us as citizens was looking for individuals to go by what laws and statutes are put here for us to go by, they didn't go by them themselves. We knew instantly that there was a problem here. Okay? Some of you guys, if you live in, the right community, you knew that this problem existed before Andrew Brown Jr. got killed here in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And that's why this news outlet was created. To show you that no matter where you reside at here in the city, there is something affecting you here in the city. Right? And we're not going to apologize to the individuals that feel as if, you know, we've sold out or anything of that nature. That's your call. If that's the way you feel, then so be it. That's the way that you feel. We're not going to be apologizing to you individuals that feel that we owe you something when it comes to a black card or anything of that nature. That's how you feel. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But we have news for you. We're human beings. We have love for everybody. We report for everybody. We don't have a dynamic where we go in and say we're just going to report for this individual people and things of that nature. You guys need to understand, yes, I am pro black, okay? Listen, I am. But nothing at all, period, trumps being pro God. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. I need you guys to understand that and wrap your arms around that. Okay? I am. I love my people. I love all people. I love the Most High, and those are the laws that He placed before us all. Therefore, being pro black, pro brown, pro African American, pro all, whatever, right? Means nothing at all if God isn't going to be the pro first, right? I'm just telling you how it is that we rock. So if you guys are expecting us to, just be on one subject, one thing, that's not how news works. There are many obstacles and many things that is going on right now that's not just affecting one community. And if you guys was thinking hard enough, you will realize right now that you should be putting yourselves in the same community so that you guys can fight the same things that's been destroying all communities for all of these years. Right? You may not understand it now, but don't be one of those ones that find out too late, where it's too late for you to be able to change your life around, change the way that you see things, right? We're not here to please man. Even though I am in servitude when it comes to making sure that you, the citizens, know what's going on in your city, I do it because the Most High has placed it in my heart to do so, right? Believe me. You guys should start believing us, okay? We don't get any, look, we can call certain people up and say, hey, we need this right here. And these certain people know who they are. And we say peace and blessings to you guys because you know who you are. We have certain people that we can call up if we really are in dire need of things. And they're going to make sure that we are okay. Right? So I will never, ever, 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 right? Dismantle that because I love that. I think that that is showing signs of family, what family is, right? Okay? All right? Please understand, guys. If you really truly knew that we was in your corner, because we are, if you guys really, really took that and added that to the equation, we wouldn't even be having this conversation now where, it doesn't matter. People going to talk about you anyway. But we just want you guys to know that we know you're talking about us. We know. We know. We know some people are saying good things, and we know some people are saying bad things. We know that. We know that. But you know the equation when it comes to those people that saying those good things and those people that saying those bad things. The equation is you're coming to watch soul catching news and what it is that we have going on. Let me give you guys a tidbit right now. We just got a message saying that there is a warrant being executed on Wilson Street. So I'm gonna give you a bone, okay? If you guys are on Wilson Street right now, or you know anybody that lives on Wilson Street right now, you may want to go and check and see what's going on Wilson Street here in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Peace and blessings to everybody. Maybe you guys can tune in. Maybe we'll go over there, right? Since, uh, that's what a news outlet does. Okay? We'll see you guys when we see you.